it's like we say that the fact that Celtic Rangers last year was such that it's so rare to have both of them not firing at the same time. Usually you get one that's not quite there, but I mean, Rangers failed to win in 18 games out of 38 last year. That's not going to happen again this year. Celtic lost 8 games. They didn't draw many, but they lost 8 games to win the title. I mean, it's ridiculous. That's not going to happen again. Usually it's 3 or 4 or 5 at the max to lose. But Rangers nearly failing to win half the games last year and still were in the race until last month of the season. So that, I don't think you can bank on that happening again. So it's going to be tough. So any team, if Hearts can get 75 points again this year, that would be a fantastic return. They'd probably get them third in the league. Even that, I think it's going to be difficult. We don't know what's going to happen with Hibs. We know they've had a bit of a shocker in Europe, but they've got a chance to kind of redeem themselves a wee bit. I still fancy Hearts to be up there and kind of competing for third right enough. But as part of a title race, no, I think that this year's going to be too hard. That's the very last thing before we call it a day, guys. There's the fixtures for the weekend. I put them up a minute ago, but at Dundee United, to get the Dundee United Rangers tomorrow night, Keith, I think it's a cracker to start with. It's going to be a really good game, I think.
Listen, when either half of the Old Firm go up to Tannadice, you're guaranteed an atmosphere. I think you're guaranteed a competitive match. It's always going to be feisty. Jim Goodwin will make sure of that, and his players. I think it will be really competitive. I do think that, I was reading Barry Ferguson's column the other day, and he said Rangers have been guilty for years of new managers coming in, guys that really don't understand the Scottish game, and it might take them a while if they ever get to fully understand it. But it certainly takes them a while at the start to get used to it and to know what's lying in wait for them at various venues up and down the line. Derek McInnes goes into this, he knows it upside down, inside out, back to front, whatever you want to say. And he will have that team prepared. And Barry Ferguson's column was saying, I think there has been an element of a soft touch to Rangers. He says that probably ends right now under Derek McInnes. I think you'll see a sign of that on tomorrow night, because I expect Rangers. This will be a Rangers side, unlike some that have gone before, that realises the need to be prepared to win the battle before you win the game of football. I'm not saying that Derek McInnes is going to turn Rangers into a bunch of sledgehammer throwers. That's not the case. But they will know that there are certain requirements, base level requirements, which are needed if you're going to win more of your share than not of games in the Scottish top flight. Derek McInnes knows that better than any manager in the league, given the amount of time that he's spent in it. Yeah, but I don't think we can say that with any degree of certainty yet, Keith, because we're not talking about, as you touched on there, we're not talking about the ability to smash into a tackle or to hold a guy off. We're talking about the mental toughness. It's a mental thing, yeah, absolutely, mate.
So it doesn't matter how many muscles you have or how good you're at a tackle. It's have you got the mental strength and bottle to go and win a league? And that's
I'm not talking about. We don't know that yet. Winning a league. I'm not talking about winning a league. I'm talking about going out there and knowing over the course of 90 minutes, you're away from home, you've got a battle to win. And I think that Rangers have been a soft touch going into games like this. I don't expect them to be a soft touch tomorrow night. I don't expect them to be a soft touch throughout the course of the season. I am not saying that they've already got the mentality, 1, or the players, 2, to win this title. I'm saying, but I think it'll be a very different look in Rangers. Is what
I'm saying is the battling is a given. That's in Scottish. You have to win the battle every week. It's the creativity.
Mike, it's the Rangers side over the last 2-3 seasons. They've been battling for everything.
I don't think I would say that we were soft. I think they've been mentally soft. Mentally soft. So I'm talking about the bravery on the ball, to take the pass on, to beat the man, to create a goal, to score a goal, to win in tight games, to create a bit of magic, have the bravery on the ball, not to go hiding. That's not. I don't mean smashing into tackles. That's a given. I think Rangers are still lacking in creativity and guile.
Did you see how soft both physically and mentally they were this time 12 months ago? When
yes, exactly. But what I'm saying is we don't know this current team, the new look team, is going to be like until they pass the stress test. We know how hard Cammy Devlin can tackle. We know that these guys are tough characters that play in the Championship. What we don't know is how they cope with the stress test. when the pressure's on you, you have to win every single week. When Celtic win this Saturday and you're playing this Sunday, and you're
100%, and that's going to be so fascinating. By the way, I've tipped Celtic to win the league. so there's where I'm coming from with it. I think Celtic, even though
they have been stress tested
for them both to do. Yeah, exactly. Celtic were asked the question last season and just about managed to drag themselves over the line. For that reason, even though neither squad is anywhere near complete, for that reason, I expect Celtic to win the title. I would back them at the start. By the way, your opinion might change by the end of August, depending on what business is done. But as things stand at the minute, I would be tempted to go with Celtic. But I do think this will be a very different challenge that they get from Rangers this season, Mick, because Derek McInnes understands what's required in a way that the guys that went before him never had a clue.
Yeah. No, all I'm saying is we just don't know yet. Because we've seen Rangers players that look good on paper and have folded. And we've seen guys that haven't looked that great and been stronger. So we'll have to wait and see. At the moment, Rangers, I think, are still lacking 2 or 3 signings in the forward areas as well. So there are a lot of games they'll be involved in that will be very tight. And those tight games are the ones that are the problem because they can go either way sometimes. The toss of a coin, a decision or a mistake. And Rangers need to have easy wins some weeks. And then again, it's going to be down to how do they cope with the pressure. So it's a big unknown. I think it's exciting because the Rangers are a big unknown this year. And it's going to be in Celtic. We still don't know what they're going to do in the next 3 weeks as well. They could lose 3 or 4 key men, and goodness knows how they look. If they lose a Callum McGregor, Alistair Johnson, and Engels, and all these, and Rio Tati, that's 4 big guys. So Celtic can look entirely different as well. And they're the guys who don't know if they can handle the stress test. So bring it on. It's going to be great fun.
Bring it on, eh? Yeah, bring it on, mate. That's exactly right.